Gladys, come down.
Well, Forgrim, let's get you a pale ale.
Alas, the beer tastes only half as good without Ardo. Those were the days back then.
None of you has ever told me what actually happened back then.
Because it's a secret.
Yes, that's what you keep telling me over and over.
Maybe you're old enough for it now. Listen. It's a story about betrayal and greed, and the beginning of a friendship. A young, previously unknown adventurer was also with us. Otherwise, we would probably not have pulled it off. Somehow, this person got entangled in our problems during the autumn of the year 1009, after Busparen's fall. We all met on the journey, as it so often happens. How might it have been for the Greenhorn? Just imagine, Gladys. I'll reveal to you who it was.
It's good of you to join us on land, young man. We'll camp here tonight before we reach Nadaret tomorrow. But there is just one thing. You promised to make yourself useful during our journey. I forgot all about that, or I would have given you something to do much sooner. Lend old Pete a hand to set up camp for the night. We'll set off at first light tomorrow. Our paying passengers are in a hurry. Ah, these young folks have a thirst for knowledge. Ask away. Well, what can I say? It's a small and rather pretty trading town on the Great River, ruled by the Honorable Baron Dajan of Natter. You certainly are well informed. Yes, there is a place beneath the town where prize fights are held. If you're clever, you can make yourself a few ducats betting on them. Is there anything else you would like to ask? Well, for one thing, it's night, and you're much better off on land at night. If you ask Pete, he'll tell you that the River Father hates being woken at night and crushes the ships that disturb his sleep. I would say it's just good sense. You can't see the rocks in a river at night. Is there anything else you would like to ask?
What? Oh, it's someone from the boat. What was your name again? Oh, right. You're the one who couldn't afford to pay the full fare, the one that I can use for odd jobs. Sorry, I don't know how it is. Friendly? Huh. Well, if you enjoy working so much, you can do my job as well. Or not. Who knows what a mess you'd make of it. I seem to remember that if someone chose to waste their money on betting instead of buying, Tinder Fungus and Furdock.
No, that's not true. Somebody stole the money, and I was so shocked by the theft that I forgot to buy the tinder fungus. Really?
Well, someone will have to find some dry tinder fungus somewhere on this island, and you are going with them, just in case.
I'm not scared. I would go on my own if it wasn't so dull.
Make sure she comes back in 1 week, or you'll have me to deal with. John is in enough trouble as it is.
And then you can tell me what he whispered to you. Come on.
Don't you dare! And Jana, no dawdling and jabbering about. There's work to be done.
Come on, tell me. What did he whisper to you? There's never a dull moment with you about. I think there might be some tinder fungus inside the ruined tower. Let's take a look there. It's as wet as a bowl of Kosh cabbage broth. We won't find a shred of dry tinder fungus out here if Effort has blessed the entire island with his wonders. I know. While we're here, let's take a look inside the ruined tower. I bet it's still nice and dry inside. So you like adventures, do you? So sure that we should go in there. There seems to be a cave in there, and in Pete's tales, only one person ever gets out of a cave alive. Really? Well, I'll trust you this time. We'll be alright if we stick together. You go ahead. I'll watch your back. think it's a shrine consecrated to the River Father. And Pete reminds me every day that a good boatman never angers the River Father. Really. According to Pete, the River Father has watched over the Great River since time immemorial. Legend has it that he appeared just as... You fancy yourself a... Wait a moment. I want to ask you something. We never get the opportunity to talk in private on the ship. Tell me, what do you think of the other passengers? Well? But he knows the Great River like the back of his hand. He knows how to avoid the river's teeth and can navigate the ship safely through the Devil's Maw. While I quake and quiver in fear, he can be a hard and stubborn man. But I guess he has to be. After all, he has to shoulder the responsibility for the ship, the crew, and the passengers. He sure is. The Star of Fair Dock has never capsized, and its crew has never gone hung. What about the others? Oh, he's always complaining about something. I can never do anything right in his eyes, and he never believes me either. But I wasn't lying. It really did happen, just like I said. But you don't believe me any more than Pete, but I enjoy listening to his stories. When he talks about his adventures, it's as though you were right there with him. What about the others? Well, if you know anything about them, you have to tell me. I've already tried to get some information out of that good-looking, dark-haired fellow, but the dwarf and the blonde-haired fellow with the broad shoulders drove me away as soon as they saw what was going on. With all their whispering and carrying on, they're like a gaggle of old maids, That's for sure. They argue all the time, but they are very careful to make sure that nobody overhears what they're saying. Maybe they're planning a robbery. Or perhaps they are Imperial agents. What about the others? Me? Why? I'm sure that you will have adventures and be rich and powerful one day. But as for me, well, there's nothing interesting to say about me. Oh, thanks. You're right. I'm as grumpy as old Pete sometimes. But I would love to know what becomes of you one day. We've talked for long enough. Hey, the last one to report to Pete has to light the fire.
It's a relief to see that you have returned unharmed. We were a bit worried, especially Pete.
What do you mean we're worried? I still am worried. Shaky Legs Carl told me all about what happened.
For all I care, that stupid river father can steal Shaky Legs Carl away.
What? Captain, you mustn't say such things. What's more, Henry spied a dark shadow on the river earlier. Now that's an evil omen if you ask me.
But I'm not asking you, Pete. If you want to stand guard all night, be my guest. But I want everyone else rested up for the coming day. And that's my final word on the matter. Good news at last. Pete, stop babbling and take care of the fire, all right?
You! Take care of the fire, Jana!
But
And you go. Tell your 3 traveling companions over there that the camp is set for the night. But do not otherwise disturb them. Understood? Don't let Pete hear about that. What about it? It's better to be on the safe side. You made a very wise decision, especially as young Jana was there with you. Not that I hold with all that superstitious claptrap, but still, do you want anything else? Ah, these young folks have a thirst for knowledge. Ask away. Forgive me, but I am a discreet man, in spite of what folks might say about us riverboatmen. I'll not tell them anything about you, nor tell you anything about them. You'll have to ask them yourself. Is there anything else you would like to ask? Don't you start with that. Is there anything else you would like to ask?
I'm sorry, but we're in the middle of an important discussion.
That's none of your business. But, we don't have anything to hide, so I guess we can tell you.
We're merely traveling merchants. And we have...
That's right. Oh, what's that?
It would be better if you left us alone now.
Forgive me, but my
So,
don't take care of...
Oh, stop it, both of you! What now? We've already explained that we do...
Oh, I have to agree with him.
Nobody... Please explain to the captain that we have matters to discuss, and that it will take as long as it takes. We wish to remain undisturbed.
Have you spoken with the gentleman? Well, that's their business, isn't it? Thank you for helping to set the camp for the night. Pete has laid out your bedroll. It's the one with the yellow blanket over by the fire. Sleep well, comrade.
Do you want to chat for a while before retiring for the night? We won't stop for long, but they do say that below Natterat you can watch Amazons fight barbarians. Now that would be something. Do you want to know more? Nobody has ever asked me that before. But I guess so. I have seen more of Aventuria than most people ever will. And I even had a little adventure on land today. But sometimes I ask myself whether I really am free, you know? People are only free when they can decide where they want to go. Like you. Do you want to know more? The Great River flows halfway across all of Aventuria. Ships can navigate its waters from Griffensford on, all the way down to the Kosh, and onto the west coast where it flows into the Sea of the Seven Winds at Havina. The river can be a wild and perilous place. Sometimes it fills my heart with terror. But when the river glitters like pure gold in the glow of the twilight sun, then it's the very essence of serenity. Do you want to know more?
What do you want? Why do you think? We're in danger. We ignore the omens. More. First, I saw a raven land in the crow's nest, and the other birds carried on as if nothing had happened. Then there's the white phantom swimming below the foam on the river, and just earlier I saw a stag and a boar standing in the river. Go on, make more. Perhaps. What would you like to hear? I can tell you about the time when I met the River Father himself, or the story of how I once caught a golden mermaid. I was still a youngster like you, and my captain was inexperienced. In the dead of night, he steered our ship straight into a huge boulder. I was thrown from the deck and plunged into the river's icy grip. Dragged far below the surface by a powerful vortex, I was sure my time had come. But then I saw a brightly lit valley, full of creatures, the like of which I had never dreamt could exist. 3-eyed dolphins danced about playing with bubbles, while human-like figures with transparent skin and fins swam about between schools of seahorses and giant krakens. And then I saw him, with his long, flowing beard and mighty crown of muscles, the River Father. So you don't believe me, do you? Just one more word, and story time will be over for you. Ah, yes. That's one of the old toll keeps that used to line the river. Of course, they're all ruins nowadays, and the few remaining guards on the river, well, they are too busy with themselves to care. Oh, yeah, when I was still a young cabin boy, we passed the toll gate in thick fog. Its body was covered with spikes, and its eye was as big as a wagon. That more.
Wake up! We're under attack!
Watch out! Behind you!
We reached Nadaret early the next day after that nighttime episode. Of course, we didn't want to leave our brave, unconscious comrade-in-arms behind on board the Star of Furdock. I would never have dreamed that that poor devil would end up saving us later.